So there are so many different reasons on why your viral videos are not converting you guys sales. So in this video, I'm going to be, of course, going over the exact key components that you guys need to be following if you want to convert your audience into actual buyers. There's literally no point in going viral if you guys do not know how to convert your audience. I'll be breaking down good and bad hooks so you guys understand the process of when you guys are using hooks, when you guys are creating your content, so you guys actually are able to even target your audience. And I'll of course be going over the exact optimization process when it comes to creating your account, because if you do not optimize your account to the proper audience, then you guys will see that you guys are not hitting your targeted audience, which is the whole point of actually even posting. You of course want to hit your targeted audience and you want to sell the product to them. You don't want to hit an audience that is not for your product. And of course, I'll be breaking down some of the product issues that a lot of you guys have going into this. Always remember, whatever product that you guys are selling, it has to make sense to the audience. And I'll break a little more down on exactly what I mean by that in the video. And of course, more importantly, I will be breaking down to you guys the exact framework that you guys need to be following throughout your website and how to create the perfect offer for your website. Remember, you could have the best marketing in the world, but if your offer is not on point, why would people buy your product? So first, let's talk about why your videos are targeting the wrong audience. So first, let's break down a perfect hook so you guys have a better understanding on what you guys should be saying throughout your hook so you can actually target your audience. So here's this video. And now the hook said, I'm never paying for drinks this summer. And now the reason why this is a perfect hook is because it directly targets the audience. Obviously, the product needs to solve some type of pain point. And this pain point with this product is that you won't have to buy drinks. You could easily sneak in drinks. And now there's so many different ways that you could target a product like this. You could film it in different background scenery, such as maybe at a beach club, at the beach, at the bar, or just anywhere in general where it restricts drinking. So of course, this product is going to solve a huge problem in a lot of people's lives. And of course, with any product that has a true problem, it will sell. Problems always sell. So always remember that when you guys are doing your product's research, and you guys will have a much higher chance of finding that winning product. And then also in the hook, it says this summer. And what's right around the corner? Summer. So now when they're creating the hook, it's getting very more specific as you read throughout it. You're not paying for drinks this summer. And so now what is that going to do? It's going to immediately catch your targeted audience, because that is exactly who the product is for. So whenever you guys are creating your hooks, think about who the product is for, what problem does the product solve, and how they can use it. And mash those three combinations together and you guys will be able to create your perfect hook. And now here's the bad hook. And so now this is of course one of the most used hooks that I've seen in the past, I don't know how many months, but it says, where was this when I was in college? And now, has this hook converted in the past? Of course. Can it still convert? Of course. But if you want it to convert the most, you cannot use a hook like this. If you're saying, where was this when I was in college? Who is that targeting? It is only targeting people that are in college or were in college. So those are the only two audiences that you can get out of this hook. You're not going to get the actual proper targeted audience that you guys do want to be targeting. And of course, the more targeted you can make your hook, the more that it will convert. Compared to the other hook, it said, I'm never paying for drinks this summer. That is much more targeted with the problem, with the audience, and also when they can use the product. So please just be more focused on those types of things if you truly want your viral videos to convert. And just another thing, guys, please do not use a trash hook like this. POV, you live in the year 2045. Just please don't do that. You're literally not targeting your audience one bit at all. You're literally just trying to view max. And I hate to break it to you, you will not make any sales and you will think organic dropshipping is just some dead business model, but you just don't know how to target your audience. So like I said, don't do that. Follow those three pillars I mentioned and you guys will be able to create that perfect hook. And now, so the very next thing that I do want to mention on why maybe your viral video did not convert is because it was targeted towards the wrong audience. Now, like I said, it could be targeted towards the wrong audience by your hook, or it could be targeted towards the wrong audience by the way that you guys optimize your account in the first stage. By the first stage, I'm talking about creating the account initially. So if you guys did not warm up your account to the proper audience that you guys should be targeting, then I promise you, you guys will not get your videos to convert. You can easily get a video with over 1 million views in the wrong audience and you guys will think the product is just dead. Promise you guys, it's the audience that you guys warmed up your accounts towards. So now when you guys are warming up your accounts, there's two different ways to kind of go about this. Warm up your account towards a broader audience within your audience or a more niche down audience within your audience. And now what I exactly mean by within your audience, let's say this for an example. You're selling a dog product. A more broad audience of that is just targeting the overall general population of dog owners. But if you want to get a little more specific with it, when you guys are warming up your account, you can niche it down a little more and you could target specific breeds. So that could be like Frenchies, Labrador Retrievers, stuff like that. You guys get the memo. And of course, the account is going to perform different depending on who you exactly warmed up your account towards. And the same thing goes for the products that I just kind of showed you where they're drinking products. You could either warm that up to the college party niche or you could warm it up to actual people that just drink alcohol in general. So when you guys are warming up your account, you guys really have to think about so many different things. Think about the demographic of your product. How old is my ideal buyer going to be? What types of things are they interested in? You really have to dive deep into it and really think about who you're actually targeting so you guys can actually make a proper video that will go viral and actually convert. And if you guys don't know how to optimize, or in other words, warm up your account towards the proper audience, make sure you guys go watch my past video on YouTube. I break it down for you guys in literally like 5 to 6 minutes. So make sure you guys go check that out. And so now the next thing that you guys are probably doing wrong as well is selling the wrong product. And now I'm not just going to sit here and break down every little product criteria that you guys need to have. I'm talking about good products right now. But of course, every product that you recognize as a good product won't always be a good product. And of course, your product can't just have a virality factor like you guys hear everybody saying, but it also needs to be in a niche that is very passionate. And now the reason for this, it will create a higher impulse purchase. And that is the overall point of what you guys even want with the virality factor product. But you also want it to be in a passionate niche, so there is more intention of the audience actually even purchasing the product. If there's no intention, they will not purchase. It doesn't matter how high that impulse purchase feeling may be. They may go to your website, they may add it to your cart, but they're not truly going to check out if there is no actual intention within the buyer behind the audience. And so of course, if you guys don't know what some passionate niches are, that's going to be the health and wellness niche, the party niche, the weed niche, the fitness niche, the religious niche. There's a whole handful of niches that are actually going to be a passionate niche. So really just dive deep and think about your audience and think about how passionate they are about it. If it's something that someone is not actively involved with, it's probably not going to be a passionate audience. So just keep that in mind. And of course, one of the other problems that you guys might be going through with your product going viral, but it not converting, is that it is a kid's product. It is a toy. And you guys have to remember, who is the product for? Who is my audience? And now if you're selling a toy, the ideal customer is probably going to be a kid. And what do kids have? No money. So of course, there's going to be zero intention of them actually even buying the product. Of course, yeah, you will get millions of views, but it will not convert the same way as a product in a passionate niche. And the general age demographic for pretty much every single dropshipping product that you will sell, either on Instagram Reels or TikTok, is going to be between the ages of 18 through 35. You're probably not going to sell anything under that or anything above that. So just make sure you guys also put that as a key component, that the platforms that you guys are posting on are not meant to be sold towards a younger audience or neither an older audience. And that's another thing too. Do not sell products that are targeted towards older people. And now when I say older people, I'm going to show you guys a video in a product of exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, of course, the video got 25,000 likes and almost 1 million views, but I promise you, they did not convert anything more than one sale. And obviously with a product like that, the demographic for that product is going to be anywhere from the age of 70 to 90 years old. And are people 70 through 90 years old on TikTok or Instagram? Definitely not. Plus, not even that, their hook just had nothing to do with the product. And obviously that's going to create confusion. That's going to create the controversy. And that is going to bring engagement and obviously bring in more views. But the views will not convert. The hook was POV, you just turned 30. Obviously, this product is not for 30-year-olds. So by doing that, can you get more views? Of course. Are the views going to convert and make you more money? Not at all. So when you guys are doing organic dropshipping, just remember your priorities and what you exactly want. So do you want to get a bunch of views and be this cool kid on the block, or do you want to make a lot of fucking money? Some people's goals are different. Obviously, I want to make a lot of money, so I'm obviously going to be doing the things that will make me a lot of money. So now that we have the easiest things out of the way that will help your main problems, let's get into one of the back end problems, which is going to be your website and your offer. And I feel like your website or your offer is not talked about much at all for organic dropshipping. I don't see anybody else talking about it, which is very important because obviously this is where people are buying your product. If your website looks like trash, then obviously nobody's gonna buy your product. If your offer looks like trash, nobody's really gonna have a higher intention to buy your product. So there's gonna be three main things that we're gonna be discussing, which is social proof, professional branding, and then also implementing UGC creatives within your website. There's going to be a crazy amount of value throughout this segment of the video, so make sure you guys stick around and watch all the way through. But before we go into everything, let's go onto the computer so I can break down the exact website process for you guys. All right, so now that we are on the computer, let's go into the very first thing, which is going to be you installing Debutify. And obviously this is Debutify. I'm sure you guys have heard it before if you're not brand new to dropshipping, but this is the best converting theme that you guys do want to be using. It's going to boost your conversion rate so much more, and this is what we really need overall into creating that professional branding looking website, and so our product actually looks like it's a trustworthy product to buy from a random website that they saw on TikTok or Instagram. So it's very simple to download. Just click on start free trial and then create an account. And once you guys create your account, you guys will get a pop-up menu looking like this: Debutify reviews, Debutify theme. You guys can also use the review system, works very well. But right now we're going to be clicking on open underneath Debutify theme, and then you guys will get to the dashboard. And now for you to actually get their theme, just head down over to template library. Very simple. Click on all templates. And then of course, you know, there's a bunch of different templates to choose from. I always just go with the default theme. I never feel like I need to choose any of the kind of pre-built ones. I do sometimes use the health and wellness, even though I'm not really selling a health and wellness product. I kind of just like the overall layout of it. Just when I am creating it, it makes it a little easier, but I always just go with the default theme, and then you guys will get a download like that. And if you guys want to add the theme in, all you guys have to do is head over to Shopify, click on online store, upload zip file, and then just drag and drop in the file that it just gave you. And now once you guys do install the theme and go on to click customize, this is how the theme will look. And of course, you know, this is super customizable. You guys can literally do as much as you guys want possible. I mean, you can't tell me that you can't cook up some crazy looking website with this theme. I mean, this is the best theme. Don't use fucking Shrine. Don't use all these over expensively paid for store themes. Debutify is literally free. And then plus, if you guys do want to, which I do recommend you guys do, is head over to here. And then you guys could see all of the paid sections. And obviously why I'm showing you this is because if you guys upgrade to the paid section, then you guys can get a whole bunch of more features for free that are going to be super crucial for you guys to actually converting your audience. And keep in mind, all of these features that are on Debutify, it will not require you to download any other apps. It's literally directly within the theme. So you guys literally don't have to be paying any other sort of money. You guys don't have to be paying for apps. You guys don't even have to pay for a review app or nothing like that. Everything is all within it. I know there is an app called Motion on the Shopify store. I think it's like $10 to $15 a month. I used to use it. Now I don't, because obviously Debutify has something like this. And, you know, creating a website around this is going to be very converting. I mean, there's so many different options. I'm not going to continue hyping it up. I mean, you guys can kind of get an understanding of, you know, every little thing that they have. And you guys overall just need to get super creative with the theme. I mean, with the before and after, people love having contrast. People love seeing the before and afters of, you know, whatever the product showcase may be, depending on what your product is. Of course, not every product is going to be able to use something like this, showing the before and after, but most products can. And obviously, if you can implement that, of course, you guys want to be implementing that always. And then plus right here, you guys also want to have something like this from our Instagram. Add in your reels, add in simple little product photos that you guys will post on your Instagram on your IG page. It's very simple. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do. This is literally the easiest theme to set up. Pretty much everything is already set up. Obviously, just change the guarantees. 24/7 customer support right here. Money back guaranteed. Free returns. And then right here, you guys can maybe put something like 5,000 plus customers since 2024. And of course, if you guys do want to change something like the icons right here, of course, you guys could easily do that. Just go on the Google symbols right here. Anything that you guys want. So if you guys literally want maybe, let's just say this for an example, data set, right? Just go to data set and then go all the way down, copy the code right here, go back over to Shopify, and then just paste this in data set, and then obviously it's going to change that. So like I said, of course, everything is super customizable, and this is the theme that you guys really want to be focusing on, that you guys will be using. Don't waste your money on the paid Shopify themes. Don't waste your money on Shrine. Don't have some random website designer build your website for you. Of course, you can do that, but you are much better off learning the actual skill of creating a good website and knowing exactly how to do it. And remember, building the website is the most important part behind the marketing on the back end, because without a valid looking website, without it looking trustworthy, then nobody is going to buy your product. If it is trustworthy, people will obviously have a higher trust level of actually putting their credit card information onto your website. And of course, if you guys do want to use Beautify, it will be down in the description below. Just make it a little easier process for you guys. But heading back over onto the dashboard of Beautify, I just want to show you a couple more different things that I think you guys really should be implementing that will make a huge game changer when it comes to converting your audience into buyers. Is just head over to widgets right here, click on all widgets, and then make sure you guys activate on these certain widgets. So that's going to be cart discount, color swatches, delivery time, discount save. You guys can also add on the FAQ, so you guys could just enable that. There's also order tracking, so you guys don't need to install any other type of app. Like I said, Beautify has literally every single app possible on here already for you guys, so you guys don't have to worry about paying for anything extra. So just literally add on the order tracking right here. And I also would recommend you guys adding on Shop Protect, which is just pretty much protecting your website from people and your competitors that are wanting to take your product photos, maybe your descriptions, copy and paste them. It's not going to allow them to do that. And you guys can also add on sticky add to cart. So whenever they scroll down on the website, there will be an add to cart at the very bottom, even if it doesn't show the add to cart button initially. And then I would also add on skip cart, unless if you guys are adding in a pre-purchase upsell on the cart page. The only type of pre-purchase upsell that I would recommend you guys to actually add is just insurance. But of course, not every product is going to be requiring some type of insurance, unless if it is over $30, then of course I would add it on, because it's pretty much going to be pointless. No one is going to add insurance on a product that's under $20. But at the same time, you guys shouldn't really even be selling a product that's under $20 unless if you guys are able to sell it in high amounts of volume, which of course I'm going to go into the offers very soon, but I just want to break this down with you guys first. Then you guys can also add on upsell bundles, turn that on. And I would also turn on cart savings right here. And then like I said, if you guys are having your Instagram feed on there, maybe your Instagram reels or anything in that nature, of course turn on Instagram feed as well. And then also very mandatory to have is page speed booster. Turn this on. I see so many people that have a slow website and it truly kills you from actually even keeping the customer on your website. So make sure you guys have this on. You guys don't need to download any other apps. And you guys can add on trust badge, add to cart animation as well, and then also add on cart reminder. It's basically just going to have a little pop-up right here that there's something inside of their cart, and then also add in the announcement bar right here. And then I would also turn on the cart notification right here as well, and then also turn on the sticky header. You guys could either have the sticky header on or the announcement bar, either one. But of course, the main purpose of having those two is to showcase your offer. And then of course, you guys will want your image banner for your homepage on your website, and then also a logo list. So you guys can add in some more social proof of maybe websites that your product has been on, such as maybe NBC, yada yada. You guys get the point. You guys probably seen what I've mentioned before in the past, such as something simple as a as seen on. And I'm sure you guys have seen maybe something like this right here, as seen on CBC, ABC. You know, you guys get the point. It could even be something like a beauty product. So you as seen on logos, beauty product. Didn't spell that right, but fuck it. And then you guys could just add simple things in like this, Opalex, The Ordinary, I don't know, something like this. You guys have to just understand the niche a little more. Obviously, I'm not going to understand beauty products like that, but you guys get the memo. It's an as seen on. You guys could just add on a little bit more of trustworthiness behind it by adding, that social proof that it's been on, professional websites. So if you guys do want to use Debutify, like I said, it will be down in the description below. So you guys can just click on the link right there. And I'm going to show you guys live proof that literally I use it. I mean, I pay $1,300 every single year for this theme. So I promise you guys, it's 100% worth it if you guys do want to go ahead and upgrade to the paid plan, because I promise it will make the biggest difference. And so now back into the website side of things, how are we exactly going to create custom branding inside of the Debutify theme? Because of course, now that we have the theme, we need to know exactly what we should be doing. And now this is the 3-color rule that I always tell everybody to follow. Stick to 3 simple colors on your website, and those will be 2 of the same colors every single time, but 1 color will be different. So it is going to be something simple as this: black, white, and then the color of your choice. So whatever that color of your choice is, stick to that color, but only stick to those 3 colors on your website. You don't want to have a bunch of different colors. You want to make everything look professional as possible. It's going to create a very clean look, and obviously something like this, black, white, blue, it's going to create something very simple, and it will actually get the memo across that this is a professional website. This is a trustworthy looking website. And then of course, whatever your product name is, have it spammed out every single where on the website. As you see right here, the brand name is FizzCap. FizzCap is right here. FizzCap is right here under, all the little points of credibility of what the product is actually meant for. FizzCap again, and then, FizzCap, FizzCap, FizzCap. There is so many different things on, exactly showing off the brand name, and it's going to make the brand seem much more professional. It's going to make it seem much more trustworthy if you have it spammed out like this. Each FizzCap lid comes with an integrated straw for effortless sipping. It's really going to create that little professional outlook on, what the viewer will actually pay the most attention to, because they'll be like, oh shit, it's an actual brand now. And this is literally all you have to do for something such as simple branding. For the product's name, do not just put the product name. Don't put something like this where it's a can cover, obviously. Don't put just can cover. Put FizzCap and then dash can cover. That is literally all you have to do. It is as simple as that. And then have little points of more social proof. Show off humans. There's a human right here. There's someone actually opening the can. It's not just a picture of a can. So obviously by doing something like that, it will create so much more credibility within your website. So your audience that goes onto your website actually buys your product. They actually have a much higher intention of buying it because they will be more trustworthy of the website. And of course, like I said, make everything super color coordinated. Make sure everything looks super clean. Make sure you have key points that are kind of outlines or kind of pushed out there where the viewer or whoever, the audience, is actually able to look at it. So something like this: 3 to 5 day USPS shipping, lifetime warranty, easy 30-day returns. If people understand these 3 things and they understand that it's coming from a professional looking website, they will buy your product. Your conversion rates will skyrocket. And then also going into a little bit more about your website with the offer, you guys want to have something like this. So if your product is a very cheap product and you can only sell it for only a little bit amount of money, which would be something like $10, this is where you add a buy one get one free, then you add a buy 2 get 2 free. So it's going to be able to be bumped up from a $10 order all the way to a $20 order. And so with this product, for an example, they only sell it buy 2. So if I were to ship out the product from my supplier, he can only send out 2 at once. So automatically they're initially going to be getting that buy one get one free, and then there will be a much higher perceived value that they're getting 2 for the price of 1. So instead of selling something like this for $5, you can now sell something like this for 10. And I promise you guys, if you charge for shipping, you guys will see your conversion rates decrease so much. So please charge free shipping. And also, if your product is able to be sold for maybe $20, $30, $40, even maybe even higher, right? Do not use 50% off. That is literally outdated. That's like some 2021, 2022 shit. That is the worst offer you could possibly use. So if you are using a higher percentage type of offer, do not use 50%. Use something like 30%. Use something like 40%. Do not go anything above 50. Maybe, of course, if it's like a Black Friday type of sale, then you could do something like 70, 80% off. But you do never want to do something like 50% off. I promise you, once you do that 50% off, you just completely lose the buyer's interest. So just make sure that you guys always remember that, and to always have a strong offer, because if there is no genuine strong offer for your product, then why would someone else want to make that urgency purchase of to actually buy it? And I promise you guys, if you follow every little thing that I discussed throughout this entire video, you guys will have a much easier process of converting your audience to an actual buyer, which is the most important thing with dropshipping. It's not about getting the views. It's not about, oh, I have 10,000 followers on Instagram. I have 10,000 followers on TikTok. I'm going so viral. It's about if you are actually making money. Keep in mind, an account with 3,000 followers compared to an account with maybe 20,000 followers could be making much more money. You guys just have to understand how to actually market your product and target your audience and actually make a trustworthy website that has a good created offer. And if you guys do want more further help on actually creating a better offer and actually creating better marketing, and if you guys are at that struggling point where you guys think you want to take it to the next level, then go down in the description below and you guys can apply to work with me one-on-one. I am taking on a few more students for the next month of May. So like I said, if you guys do want to have a chance to work with me one-on-one, for me to actually take you to $10,000 a month with organic dropshipping, then take the application very seriously and you will be hearing back from me. And of course, if you guys did find this video helpful at all, make sure you guys go like the video down below and comment. And if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys go click that subscribe button. We're about to hit 10,000 subs very soon. We're going to hit 10,000 maybe a couple more weeks. I'm about to go absolutely crazy with content once I move into my new penthouse in Miami next week. So just make sure you guys also have post notifications turned on as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.